Hey, hello everyone. Welcome to Mind Stories and welcome to a new chapter of your life. So we understand the value of your time and we want to make sure that every moment that you're putting into your story, we want to make it worthwhile. And so we try to come up with these different topics that may help you in life. And today's topic is about gratitude. And we're going to talk about how gratitude can connect with our lives and how it can help us more in meditation. So the first thing about gratitude is it's very popular nowadays. It's kind of, the trend. It's everywhere. It's coming up. And there's a reason for that, because it's something that's very important to us as human beings. If you go to the definition of gratitude, it is being open to thanks, appreciative, and being able to repay things that have been given to you. And in terms of Buddhism and the teachings of the Buddha, which were in Bali, there's a word called katanyu. So katanyu basically means having a sense of what has been done. So kind of just being able to see the value in things. And present. And somebody gives you a present. Being grateful isn't about what's inside, but it's about acknowledging what you've been given. And so, let's say you're given a present with a nice soap, and you could use this soap to clean your body. And it's valuable, and the person that gave it to you may have a nice intention. So you feel really happy with this soap. And automatically you can feel this spontaneous feeling of gratitude arising. So that's what it is. That feeling when you feel that you've gained something that's of value to you, and you also trust the person that has given to you. But let's say you had a present and there was something that wasn't too great. Maybe a rotten banana. And this rotten banana smells really bad. Obviously, we're not going to be grateful for that banana because maybe we can't use it, and maybe the person that gave it to us just wants to trick us and make us angry. But there is something about it that we can be grateful. And that is that maybe it gives us a lesson about something that we've learned about ourselves. Maybe we learned that, okay, we don't like bananas, or we don't like rotten bananas because they smell. We can observe ourselves in that moment about what makes us irritated, and we can learn from that. Maybe we will learn not to take a present from that person because we know it might be like a trick. So if you kind of connect it to that present thing, we can be grateful for any moment. We don't need to be grateful for everything, but we can always be grateful in every moment. Because in every moment there's something good for us, and there's something that we may feel isn't good for us, but there is a lesson behind it. So now we're going into why should we be grateful? If most of the times we find situations in our life where we feel grateful, and other situations we find that, we're not grateful. So how can we practice ourselves to be grateful all the time? And also, why is it important? You can sort of think of gratefulness as also being content. And when you're content, that's basically being happy. It's like a constant flow of tranquil happiness, being content. And if we can do this in our lives, we can, be happy and joyful in a calm manner, which is something that a lot of people are trying to look for, which is inner peace. So how can we do that? Well, if you think about gratitude as finding the values in things, every person is different. Maybe someone who isn't grateful will see things that they think are valuable, but actually they don't have that much value. And other things, as you continue to grow, will begin to develop a different kind of perception of things. So maybe some people put too much value on money, and it's like the number one thing in their life. But then they ignore something that's even more valuable, something that's even more priceless, which is their health. There's that saying that, people spend most of their lives working hard day in and day in and night, and trying to find the money to support their lives. But at the same time, they're lowering their health, they're sleeping less, and everything's just falling apart, but they're gaining more money. And then when they're older, they use that money to pay for medical bills, to pay for pharmaceuticals and all that. And in the end, it doesn't work very well. So we want to practice gratitude in order to find the value in the things that are taken for granted. Things that are taken for granted turns things that are actually, we may interpret them as not having value, but actually they're priceless. Like our health, like the air we breathe, like help from a friend, wisdom from a teacher, and the care from our parents. There's a story that the Buddha said, or like a teaching that he gave, that there are two people that are very hard to repay their gratitude. And that's our mother and our father. He said that even if you carry your parents on your shoulders for 100 years and you are massaging their feet, taking care of them, giving them a bath, showering them, allowing them to relieve themselves on you, like the pee and all that stuff, all on your shoulders for an entire 100 years, you still haven't repaid them for what they've done for you. He said that if you make them like the monarch of the entire world and give them all the treasures, it's still not enough to repay them. But the one thing that you can repay them is by turning their greed into generosity, turning their anger into loving kindness, and turning their ignorance into wisdom. So just by giving them a way to better themselves as human beings is a simple way to repay them. And it can be so simple as just sharing advice, simply like teaching them about meditation, or telling them a really nice quote that inspires them to make themselves a better person. And it's something so simple that we can repay them with. And the more that we practice gratitude, the more that we find these simple things that we can do for others, the more we'll find that we're developing our own gratitude naturally. So that's why we say that gratitude comes with another partner, which is kindness. And so we may talk about that another day, so we can keep it short. But the main thing that I want you to gain from this is just that why we practice gratitude is so that we can find the things that are priceless. Sometimes when our mind is clouded, we forget the things that are priceless and mistake them as having no value. And sometimes we put value on the things that really aren't that valuable. And this is going to be helpful in your life and also in meditation. Because the more that we can do this, we're also practicing mindfulness. We're expanding our awareness, practicing that mindfulness that will help the mind to be stronger. And in our meditation, it's all about observation. And the more that we can be mindful in our lives to look for the things that we can be grateful for, it will help with our observation. So maybe right now we can practice by thinking about 3 things that we're grateful for. And what this will help with is to uplift our hearts, uplift our minds. And this is a great way to start meditation, because meditation, the best way to meditate is to meditate when you're feeling it and when you feel good with nothing. So let's see, we'll go over some 3 grateful things we're grateful for. If you want to put them in the comments, you can, so that other people can see what you're grateful for. And then maybe I'll just say 3 things that I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for waking up in the morning. I'm grateful for being able to chant, because it's so hard to be born as like a human being and have our mouth. Being able to talk, having the ability to chant is something that's very miraculous. Third thing is I'm grateful that I can eat food. It's something that hit me in my life a little while ago. Was my grandpa, he had an incident where he had a couple of strokes, and it paralyzed him in like different ways. So he couldn't talk, and he had to be fed through these different liquid foods. And so seeing my grandpa really made me understand that, this body and everything that we have, it's something that we need to be grateful for. Okay, so I hope that exercise livened your mood as we begin our meditation. So I'll just check if you have any questions. I'm going to check the comments now before we start our meditation. Okay. All right, so as we are beginning our meditation, let's remember those feelings of gratitude that we have. And the more you think about these feelings of gratitude, your mind begins to use them kind of like soft clouds. Soft clouds that the mind can rest on. At first, they're clouds in the sky that we just develop. But eventually you want these clouds to flow down and rest in a very important spot. So I want you to imagine as you're breathing in, imagine those feelings of gratitude, those clouds of gratitude flowing in, the soft, white, fluffy clouds flowing through into your nose. And you can continue to breathe in, feeling more soft clouds flowing in. The soft air, cool and refreshing. Flowing all the way down, down into your belly. And this cloud, this air that's charged with your gratitude, your feelings of appreciation, it's calming both body and mind. Feel the cloud softly resting right at the center of your belly. Feel as if you can just let go and rest right on those clouds. And all of these feelings, the soft relaxation, the softness of the mind, that is grateful to just be. To not worry about the past. To not have anything to do in the future. Just simply settling down here and now. Feeling the air that flows in, a gift of life to every cell in our entire body. A gift that is priceless, and yet something that we still have to let go. And to let go is a form of our kindness. Kindness to give back the old air to all of the nature all around. And every time that you breathe in and out, the importance of this air grows and grows. Our gratitude for this air and our lives grows and grows. We can just let go and observe. As every moment passes by, coming and going, always changing. And the more we observe this present moment, we observe that it's the greatest gift we can ever receive. Nothing in the past, nothing in the future can compare to the gift of the present. And that's why they call it the present. A gift that is always coming and always going. And sometimes we forget that there is a giver to this gift. Two people whom we wouldn't have these moments to enjoy. These two people being our mother and our father. And no matter what situation there may have been between us and our parents, whether it was bad or good, something we want to remember or something we don't, we must always be grateful for them to give us life. And this feeling of gratitude, of respect for the ones we love, can ignite the feeling of loving kindness. A loving kindness that is fueled by your gratitude, a loving kindness that you can share with everyone all around. So you may imagine the faces of your parents right at the center where you feel most relaxed, where you feel warm and bright. You can feel them bathing in the pure energy. The feeling that may they be happy, may they be healthy, may they be safe. can extend that loving kindness to everyone in your family. May they be happy. May they be healthy. May they be safe. To all of your neighbors and all of your friends, may they be happy. May they be healthy. And may they be safe. And just out into the nature all around, throughout all of the trees, all of the bushes, to all of the little animals and all the little insects. May they be healthy, happy, and safe. And you can continue to allow your loving kindness to grow into the sky, seeping into the ground, and expanding in all directions, all around. And as you feel your loving kindness growing and growing, throughout the atmosphere, covering the entire world, may all living beings on the planet be healthy, be happy, be safe, and live in peace and harmony. So as you continue to remain observing your loving kindness from the center, you can feel it radiating into the atmosphere, into the air, all around. And you can feel all of that air touching your skin all around your body. I just want you to take a deep breath in. Feel all of that air flowing in. Breathe out. And breathe in one more time. And just feel all of that air flowing to the center of your body. And you can allow your mind to rest right at the center as you breathe out all of the old air. And with your next breath, you can just welcome in new, clean air, the new moment. And you can open your eyes and stretch as we end our meditation. Okay, so welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a nice meditation. I hope you really cultivated that feeling of gratitude and you could feel it, especially for people like your parents. You know, if someone can't feel gratitude for their parents, it's very hard to feel gratitude for anything. So if you're having trouble, finding that feeling of gratitude, then first look towards your parents. And if your parents aren't around, then just feel that sense of what they've done for you. They gave you birth and cared for you. And if your parents are still around, then I recommend that you go and thank them for just giving you life and giving you everything that you have now. Every moment that you're living right now, it's because of them. Alright, so if you have any questions, you can write them down in the comments, whether they're about meditation or anything. And if you're interested in more meditation or trying to find a place to go meditate, the people here at Mind Stories, they're organizing a retreat in Thailand called Sukhothai. You might find some information on the page, and then I think John will be teaching there, so that'll be nice and fun. So if you have anything else, you can leave them in the comments for next time, and we'll see you guys later. I hope that you can practice the gratitude. Maybe that's a good thing to every night just think about 3 things that you're grateful for, and just continue from there. And maybe next time we'll talk more about it. All right, we'll see you guys next time.